Look at yourself for what you did wrong instead of looking at others for what you think they did wrong. Look at yourself. That was a hard lesson I had to learn for myself, was I need to look at myself. I need to look at my actions in this world and things that I do. And then once I look at myself, I could determine whether I was in the wrong or my actions were wrong, or things that I put into motion that transpired were wrong before I look at the next person. It's a hard lesson I had to learn. And a lot of people in this world will never get that. They will never understand that. So I want to tell you a little story. I was playing a video game. And in this video game, it's like the modern day chess. It's hard. There's a lot of thinking involved with it. And in this game, one of my teammates did poorly. But instead of this person looking at themselves to see what they did wrong, the first thing they did was start blaming all of us on the team. It's toxic behavior, toxic mentality, but it's a toxic world we live in. And that is the problem. That's the problem. People can never look inside. They can never look at themselves. So what do? They blame you all the time. Not just one time, not just two times. In their mind, you were in the wrong. You messed up. And that's what I told that person in the game. Specifically, just that. Look at yourself for what you did wrong. Don't look at others for what you think they might have done wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's not cool. 100% not cool. And inside this game, that person was wrong. They were losing their lane, they were feeding, and ultimately made us lose the game. Sorry about that, the battery died. But ultimately made us lose the game. And I think the person got my message, because after I said that, they stopped talking. They stopped talking. There was no more chats coming through. Because sometimes you have to smack people in the face with reality. And I've been smacked in the face with reality several times. And I've woken up from it. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, they'll get smacked in the face with reality and they won't wake up. But I guarantee you that person, they woke up, because they didn't say nothing else after that. And usually people start flaming you in the chat, like, you ain't no good, blah, blah. So I had a game last night I played also, right? On my time off, I play this game because it's like the modern day chess, like I said before. It helps me strengthen my mind, but it also shows me a lot about the human being and like the characteristics of people. And you get to see how people think they know it all, or they think they're in the right state of mind and they have a grip and a grasp on everything. But in actual reality, they don't. And you get to see that when you play, well, this game specifically, by their actions, by the way they talk. So, play the game. Now, my team, we lost. We were losing throughout the whole game, pretty much. It happens, right? Even the champions of all champions, like, they lose. It happens. It's a game. You never know what can happen where the dominoes may fall. And in the chat, I noticed towards the end of the game, like really like towards like the end, like we're about to lose. I see one of the gamers that's on my team that was in lane with me start like trying to tear me down, saying like, "Oh, you know, the character I play is Bard. It's my favorite character. Oh, Bard did this and da 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 da." So I'm like confused. I'm looking at the chat screen like, what? I was like, because I was in lane with this person and I saw all the mistakes they were making, a ton of mistakes. And I never flamed the person. I never said one thing in chat to this person because a mistake is a mistake. If we lose the match, we move on to the next. But they started flaming me and I did nothing. Like, think about this. Like, you're literally minding your business and somebody just starts talking crap about you and flaming you and saying you're doing this and that. Like, all the stuff that they just conjured up in their head for literally no reason at all. Like, that's another thing. Like, people conjure all the stuff up in their head to justify them being right or them being good or make it seem like they were actually good, but the next person was bad. And literally, I saw this person being bad in the game, but I never said anything. I never flamed them. I'm just minding my business. Like, if we lose, we lose. It is what it is. Go move on to the next, right? So I say that at the end of the game, like, are you kidding me? I said, you're the reason why we lost that. Like, you kept getting caught. He or she was playing a champion that shouldn't have got caught as many times as they did in lane. That champion has a way of dodging out of, certain skill shots. So I'm confused. Like, every time I saw this person getting caught, I'm like, but you have a champion that literally gets you out of the way of danger. So how are you getting caught? Get caught and just die instantly. So number one, you don't know how to play the champion. Number two, you can't dodge skill shots. Number three, you don't understand the matchup that we're in because we're playing two champions that if either one of us get caught, we could blow up instantly. Like they could just kill us fast. But I'm understanding that, so I'm making sure I'm staying out of the way. I'm trying to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? Trying to protect that person as much as I can for the champion that I got. I wasn't playing like a tank champion that could stand in front and really, really take most of the damage so that this person can just walk around freely. It wasn't that type of matchup. So you have to understand the matchup. You have to understand the matchup of anything in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of matchups are not going to be fair. You have to learn how to adapt in order to win. In this case, we lost. It is what it is. So I said to the person, like, I'm going to post it on YouTube. So these individuals, I said, Google me. I'll post it on YouTube. They come to my YouTube channel and they start talking crap on the YouTube channel. Like, so it goes to show you that people are toxic and negative and nasty no matter where you're at. I do music, and in the music industry, it's very toxic. Very toxic. There's so many different types of personalities that you deal with and different situations that come up. And a lot of them are negative and nasty. A lot of jealousy, a lot of envy, a lot of hating. And it's everywhere though. It's not just the music industry. It's in graphic design. It's in video games. It's in photography. It's in modeling. It's at your own workplace. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's unavoidable and you cannot escape it unless you go live off the grid. Only way possible. Because the human being just has this negative thing about them that they, number one, think that they're always right and the next person is always wrong. It's crazy. So I look at the statistics in the game. And in both these games I mentioned, I was doing all right for myself. I was not feeding the enemy team or intentionally dying. My kill death ratio or kill death average was pretty good. Like, I wasn't negative. So I didn't put my team in a position to fail because I was helping the other team. But then when I look at these people who was flaming me statistics, they were doing bad. And I mean real bad. I'm talking about like negative, like 11 deaths. How you die that many times and then you try to say somebody else is bad? You died that many times. You're the person sitting at home on your computer handling your business. You're controlling your mouse and your keyboard. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You're doing that. You need to look at yourself and your mistakes and not try to say somebody else was the fault of your problems. I tell my son this all the time when he's playing a video game and he's in there yelling. He's yelling like, yo, be quiet, stop yelling. Why are you yelling? Because he didn't follow me. He didn't. I said, why you keep saying he? Because I said, but why you keep saying he? What are you talking about he? I said, why are you worrying about them? I said, worry about yourself. I said, become better. I said, become so good at what you do that your team don't even matter. I said, you carry that team. I said, you outplay your team and you outplay your opponent. Stop worrying about the next person. You can't control them. You can't. Why are you worrying about something you can't control? You should worry about yourself and make yourself so much better that even if that next person messes up, you can still carry it on. And he just looked at me. He was like, all right, all right, all right. Then I saw him getting better and better and better. Then I also saw him stop complaining as much and stop worrying about his teammates as much. And now he's legit. Put him on Fortnite. He builds so fast, he tear up like even the Twitch streamers. He be killing the Twitch streamers. I think they're so good because they got, a lot of people watching them. My son's only 10 years old. He be bodying grown men and women in the game, but tearing them up. And other games too. Apex Legend, all that. He be bodying everybody, all the shooters. He's dope. And he plays ill though. He doesn't play like how you hold the controller like this. He plays claw. So he like has his bottom fingers up top controlling the buttons, and then he has these fingers control. It's crazy the way he does it. Plays claw, okay? The kid has very high IQ. And I stay on top of it though. I manifest it though. I stop him from doing anything that can have him complain about somebody else. I stop all that. Anytime I hear it, I'm like, yo, he's like, all right. And he gets back to business. And that's how I play. I don't even worry about my teammates like that. I see them, they're there, but I don't count on them like oh, they did this, they did that. No. I worry about myself. And I understand if a game is lost due to one of my teammates. I understand it. Like if the person is like, they have 0 kills, but they got like 9 deaths, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, then your person that you was fighting up in your lane comes down to my lane and kills me because they're so fed. I understand. I get it. I understand where my losses come from. But I don't let it affect me. I don't start going to other people's YouTube channel and like trying to discredit them, whereas I'm the person who was in fault. It's just weird, man. It's weird to see how the mind, like people's minds, see something after they did something wrong, and they see something that makes their wrong action seem right. Like it's kind of hard to explain. It's trippy. Like I do something wrong, but then I look at the next person and I figure out some kind of way that person should have done something to make my situation better. That don't make any sense. This is a story, man. I forgot. I was at work and I was having trouble with something. This is a different job. This is many, many years ago, not the job I work at now. I think it might have been something about money or something. And I said, "Oh, I need more money because I can't afford this or whatever." I think it was that. I'm not too sure. I can't remember what it was. But I remember the guy telling me, he was like, "Oh, well, that's not that person's fault. That's your fault." Like straight up, like whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. It was something that I said, but I try to put the onus on like the owner of the store, like they need to help me out. But then the manager that was talking to me was like, "Well, that's not his fault. That's your fault." And then from that point forward, I was like, "Damn, that's kind of crazy." Like literally tried to make my situation feel better for me by using somebody else, and then it got put back in my face. There's no hate here. Like I don't hate these individuals. Like I don't know them. I don't care about them. It is what it is. I even went back to their YouTube channels and saw like what were they about. One of them was a young lady. She was singing, but I told her, "What the fuck? Like what the fuck? Like don't quit your day job." Well, what can I say, man? This dynasty being dynasty at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like I could take it. Like you come, you hit me with your shots. I could take it. Shit, I had this record's full like videos made about me. Like people talk about behind my back. Like there's no saying like they was getting paid millions of bucks to do it. Like the hate and envy, like the knife wounds. I still feel the knives in my back. You know what I'm saying? I can take it. I can dish it out too. You know what I mean? You know what? I just want to let you know this is probably going to be like a 4-part series. I'm going to carry this on. So, today I'm recording. I'm probably just going to do like 4 episodes. So, this is your boy Old Fight Dynasty. And I'm about to jump into the next topic. But yeah, man. Toxic people, man. Don't blame other people, man. Look at yourself for your mistakes. Stop using other people.